Another consideration here is that we have a cone out, so there's a marker. And every variation in the flight line should have the same distance traveled. Eventually, if you are comfortable in any one of those 360 degrees in a flight line, you're relaxed enough, there's enough tone, and you should be able to take them all to the same distance relative to the cone. One way you can judge as a coach whether a person is comfortable in a specific position in the flight line is how far it will run and what the the tension levels in the body are. Because if you're not used to it, the brain that is monitoring your survival and safety there is a reactive brain. It's not a thought brain. So you will get an instantaneous response to that moment, and that whole moment falls apart. So one thing to watch as a coach is the comfortability level of your swimmers, whether they can take all of these different positions to the same distance, and there's a lot you can read there. We're going to start this on a in a side lying situation. One shoulder up, one shoulder down, and I'm asking them to do it twice, where first time their nose is to the far wall, the next time their nose is to this wall. That would mean that the gravity and flotation lines in one are going toward the bottom. Those same lines will go toward the other hip when they're on the different side. Side lying, you ought to be able to stay over the line and bring that line up. Now that's a pretty good job for him, bringing that line up. We're looking at a hip, shoulder, exit at the same time. He's down there so long that Mother Nature is working on his line for torque. This is a very, very different and difficult position to stabilize. They're pretty good at it.
So the next position is going to be on the side facing the opposite direction. Again, one hip on top of the other, one shoulder on top of the other. And as you watch Molly, almost effortlessly, it seems, balance up to the surface, keep in mind that there's some dynamic balancing going on at every moment of that flight.
Now we're going to go to a supine or back lying position, and then we're going to go to a prone position. So the pair here is on your back and on your stomach. We'll start with the supine position on your back. This is not an easy ride because if you lose the weight of the hip, it's hard to bring it up. As you come off the wall on your back, it's really important that you rotate your rib ends in. And that'll bring the bony pieces of the pelvis into the whole line, and you can distribute your flotation that way.
Molly did a great job of that on that last push-off.
All right, this is prone. This is the one we're most used to. He feels really comfortable there. He's got a wonderful ride. He can manage the balance. You notice for some of the situations, he has a trouble bringing his hip out with his shoulder, but he's got that worked out in a prone position. You also notice that the relative length of these travels in the flight are about the same.